Is he here? Is he coming? Eventually? Is he talking to somebody?
Just trying to get something. I had to print something out for somebody who's about to pick their truck up.
So we may not see him.
Huh?
We may not see him. We're hot. We're live. We're broadcasting across the globe.
Yeah.
Good morning out there in fairy tale land. There he is.
This love is taking
That's
its
tough.
toll.
Something's
They had
taking a
that,
toll.
they had
on
that
me.
banging in the tom this morning.
That is
Stuck
a
in
good
my
hit.
head.
That is a
It's
good
such
hit.
a good
That's
song,
a
man.
good. That's a good hit.
Jake loves that song. It's one of his favorites.
I hate when you have to give it up to like a band or a song that, I mean, is probably technically not that good, but that song.
They did good.
It's a jam. I mean, it is a jam.
Yeah.
Oh, we got Steve, J-Ram, Vince, Jake. I always want to call him
Yep.
Jack. Jonathan White, Ezekiel,
Yeah.
Jeremy, awesome. We in here.
Can you imagine we had Jake White and Jack White working the same place the same time?
I started calling y'all Jason. Have y'all noticed that a few times?
It's tough.
Yeah, you just
I
putting
could-
them together.
Yeah, I know I've called Jake
I know,
Jason
if
several
you-
times.
If you could transfuse me and Jake into Jason, that would be a hell of a damn guy there.
Why don't y'all
put-
two try to mate?
Yeah, we just.
See if y'all
I
can
don't-
make a Jason.
I don't
think it works
I don't
like
think
that,
we
buddy.
can do that. Yeah.
Well, you could try. and see if you could defy the laws of physics.
Yeah. I'll let you try first with him.
I would make a Jason. I'd make a.
Yeah.
If it was me and Mason, we'd make a.
All right, this is getting weird.
Yeah.
All right. Ah, shit.
That's fine. Go ahead.
It hit my knee.
Live, laugh, love. Franzo. Franzo.
Fernando?
Nope. Franzo.
Frazio.
Fazio.
Frazio Coculio.
So, before we get into our hot topic today, I know I've done told y'all the story, but I have to tell them about what Leroy told me yesterday.
Oh,
shit.
It is one of the funniest things
That's
I've
tough.
ever heard in my life. So, hold on, let me
And
send
you
you this
never know
picture.
how serious
Hey,
he is.
Dude, I tell you, that shit was funny yesterday whenever Dalton was messing with me. And I told Dalton, I said, you better quit before I put Greg on you. I'm going to sit Greg on your ass. And Greg was walking by, and Dalton just started laughing and shaking his head. And Greg said, Greg ain't going to be here that day.
I just sent Mason on Messenger a photo
A photo?
that I took yesterday.
Of who?
You'll see. So if you don't know who we're talking about, Greg Leroy is our shop hand. He's quite the character.
Yeah.
What a picture.
You know, now when I look at it, the framing could be a little bit better.
Could
Yeah.
a little better.
Didn't really go by the rule of 2/3 there on that one, but it could be could be a little bit better. But so yesterday, he had me standing on the. He asked me, he goes, "How much you weigh?"
I'm
I
a
said-
big boy.
I said 250. He goes, man, I don't weigh nothing. Stand up here on this board and flatten it out. So I was standing on that board, and he was telling me Leroy was going, man, I just went fishing yesterday, and I cast and I cast and I cast. I just couldn't catch nothing. I couldn't catch water if I was standing in it. He said, man, eventually, he said, I looked down. He said, I saw the biggest bird nest you've ever seen.
Yeah.
He goes, well, I told myself, he said, you know what I thought? What was that? He goes, I'm going to be eating scrambled eggs tonight. So Leroy took this nest of baby blue jay birds home and he was eating scrambled eggs.
Them were like the little bitty eggs, too,
Yeah.
right?
I don't know what species of bird, but yeah, I don't think it was eagle eggs.
It might have been duck eggs. If he was, because he fishes at the pond in Fulton a lot. There's a lot of ducks there.
Well, he may have had some then.
Ducks lay eggs.
Yeah.
They lay big eggs.
Yeah, they're expensive too.
Yeah. That's probably what it was. See, he probably found some damn gourmet.
Fine dining.
You over here making fun of him.
He went home and baked a cake.
Hell yeah. Duck egg cake.
I was telling Bree yesterday, I said, you know what, like the funniest thing is like when he got back home and his shirt's bundled up like a Easter egg basket full of eggs.
You know it was.
He tells his brother,
Yeah.
we're cooking eggs tonight. His brother probably didn't even think to mention or think to even ask. Don't think to care. Where'd you get a shirt full of eggs from? And they,
It's probably happened a time or two.
that's what I'm saying. The fact that he was probably just like, I don't care where they come from.
I do know one thing though. You got to be pretty brave to go to messing around with a damn duck nest. Them ducks over there at the park do not play, brother.
Not only that, the damn law.
Is it illegal to mess with the eggs? You reckon?
Yes, I guarantee you, it's frowned upon to go mess with the city ducks.
Yeah.
Well, he didn't mess with the duck. He messed with the eggs.
Okay, well, the unborn fetus of a duck, the city property, those are city ducks. Those ain't private ducks. Those ain't wild
they
ducks.
own them some bitches, is what you telling me?
Yeah, Turtle Point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get on your maps if you're at home and you're bored. Look up Turtle Point, Florenton, Alabama.
Yeah.
I
There's a
remember,
bunch of ducks out there.
I remember going there as a kid on a field trip, like to Turtle Point, messing with, like, seeing the tortoises humping and whatever else they had in there.
Tortoises humping.
Yeah, and
That's not the memory I have from going to Turtle Point.
Well, it was.
I went to Turtle Point every year too, but I don't ever remember seeing any tortoises humping.
We was Florida school, so we
Oh,
only
so
went
y'all-
one time.
Yeah.
So I had to take it.
So they made sure to
propped
give
them
y'all.
up.
Yeah, they made sure to give y'all a good show.
Yeah, they went up to the store and got them rhino pills and gave gave all the animals in there a jump start. That way they could have something to talk about. Armadillos too, man. That place is littered with armadillos.
Yeah.
Damn it, boy. Oh, Mike Hawk says, I have a question about my E4OD and my 96 F250. 7.3 PowerStroke is jumping into neutral for some dumb reason.
Could be a valve sticking in the valve body when it goes to shift. That or even something to do with the solenoid pack, 'cause it has one solenoid pack with all the solenoids of the transmission, and they're known to go out too.
Yeah.
Especially when they get hot.
And that neutral, when you start talking about that neutral shit and the transmission, that ain't good. You know what they talking about, Colton, whenever it goes to neutral? When you just driving and you going, and then all of a sudden it goes ring, and you don't move.
Nah, I got a 6-speed, man.
Oh, yeah, you wouldn't know nothing about that, huh?
Yeah.
No, it does do a
Just a
hard
little
clank
shudder.
every once in a while.
Oh, boy.
Damn. But now I also put my truck in park when it's rolling, so.
I do the same thing. Like, I've got
It's
the
close.
door open, 1 foot on the ground whenever it hits park. My new F-150 does not like that.
No.
There's Ty in here on his sports tab page.
Oh, well, whether you like it or not, you are still emitting something. Something's coming out of there. Something's being
Yeah.
produced.
So we're getting into it now.
I don't know. It sounds like they're poking. They're poking
All
the
right,
bear.
let's get into the emission
Poke,
side of
poke,
it.
poke.
Make sure we got 42 people in here, got 12, 14 likes. Make sure you guys
Yeah, go like the video.
make sure you like the video, like the stream. That way YouTube pushes it out and helps us out a little bit. I may set this thing up on vertical too. I'm thinking about it.
Yeah.
I got a poll made. Would you like to know some of the results?
Yeah, I'd like to see what you said.
If you guys don't know, when the polls go out for the live stream, it's not Mason that makes them or Jake. I get the liberty of making the polls. So this morning the poll says, damn, where's it at? There it is. Emissions: the good, the bad, the ugly. Top option: Greta Thunberg is the best. Number 2, thanks Obama. Number 3 is a scam. And number 4, I don't believe my pickup trucks will kill birds. Which one do you think was the biggest one so far?
Greta?
No, it's a scam. These people are
Scam.
serious. I don't think they like my funny answers. But I was happy with that.
What's he talking about? Neutral switch, Jake? Mike? Is that a thing on the E4D? Neutral switch has nothing to do with the problem?
I'm out like the MLPS.
Cutting edge.
Damn range sensor?
Yeah.
Oh, man, quit using all these damn words and just say range sensor. What the hell is wrong with y'all? Jake gonna say, he's talking about the MLPS. I don't know what that is. Damn. He does this to me all the time. He wants to use these real technical words where he knows I don't know what they mean. I know what he's talking about, but I don't know the technical name for it. You know, with the MLPS.
Yeah.
Taking advantage of the dumb kid in class.
Yeah. It's
All right.
ridiculous.
So get us going into this emission thing before, because y'all get wound out on these comments, and then we won't ever get there.
Probably not. But
Are y'all going back to the beginning, or?
Emissions have been around for a long time. They started really heavy, in the 60s, 70s? 70s-ish.
Yep. 70s really got choked down by
they had the
emissions.
big haze over Los Angeles they talk about. So that was in the 60s, and we come out, I guess, sometime there, roundabout, with a something called a catalyst, which everybody just says Cadillac converter now. It's just a Cadillac converter. Hey, what about that Cadillac converter? You got any Cadillac converters around here you want to sell, boy? That's what these dudes show up about once a week asking me. But we had cats, and we didn't get any emissions on the diesel stuff until way later, which is kind of surprising because it's like, nobody put two and two. I don't know. Did they just not have a lot of diesels
There just
back
wasn't
then?
that many
Was there just more
diesels.
gas? Because I was going to say,
way
because the
more
diesels
gas.
are way worse as far as what they put out, nitrous oxide and whatnot, than a gas engine. Like a gas engine with no emissions versus a diesel engine, especially like a damn 6973, because those things are probably not the most fuel efficient. They probably put off some pretty terrible emissions, if I had to guess.
Now, when you say terrible emissions, do we have? Do you have any
Harmful.
breakdown? Huh?
Just harmful.
But who says they're harmful? What makes them harmful?
I'm saying they're harmful.
You-
if you put them inside, if you pulled the truck inside of a garage and sat there, you die. That's harmful. Right?
That's any kind of exhaust.
No, not necessarily.
A car. If we pulled a car up here and run a water hose up here, we would suffocate.
I know. That's what I just said. I wasn't talking about one particular car. I'm saying that they put out harmful things. There is gases that come out of your exhaust pipe that you don't necessarily want in an enclosed space at all, like any kind of enclosed space.
Now, how big is this flat Earth dome we live in, though? How many? Can it think it can handle some emissions?
I don't know.
All right, so we've established that there are some harmful emissions that come out of vehicles.
Nitrous oxide, carbon monoxide is two big ones I can think of. Nitrous oxide being a big one on diesels.
So what was the first step into starting? Did you get the catalytic
Converter. And then I don't know if it actually might have even started before this. We started doing a smog pump.
Yeah.
Which is like the most bizarre thing in the world to me whenever you think about it. Somebody said, hey, all right, the exhaust is making too much emissions, right? It's too much harmful shit coming out of the back.
Yeah.
The government is telling us we got to make this better. So instead of cleaning up the stuff we're putting out,
Dilute it.
why don't we get an air pump and we'll pump air out the exhaust too? So it just pump air into the exhaust and we'll put our regular exhaust and it'll be 50-50 and then it'll pass emissions. And dead ass, they did
that for a while, for a little while.
Years. They did that. Smog pumps. Everybody out there that's ever heard of an old car, I'm sure has heard smog pump. You don't know nothing about car. I bet you've heard the term smog pump.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what a smog pump is. That's what it is. It literally ingests air into or it puts air into your exhaust to mix with the harmful gases. And guess who's still done this like well up into the 2010s? Toyota.
Yeah.
Toyota still, they had an electric air pump motor that was pumping air over into the exhaust. It's one of the wildest things ever. It's like you didn't make it any damn cleaner. You just push some air out with this.
Yes, just putting a little ice in a Jack and Coke. Got to get it watered down a little bit.
Yeah, exactly.
Another big thing a long time ago was switching from leaded to unleaded fuel.
Oh, yeah.
That was a really big thing.
When did they do that?
Don't get me lying.
He doesn't know a date?
Oh, that's more your time than mine.
Okay. Yeah, okay. Now he's woke up and decided to be a smart ass this morning.
If I had to guess, I'd say somewhere in the 70s.
Yeah. Somewhere around there.
So fresh into exhaust before the wideband sensor during E-check.
Let's see.
And what is this again?
This is leaded versus unleaded
Okay, yeah.
fuel.
Yeah, greatly restricted starting in the 70s and 80s, and 96 was the final ban.
Like, I mean, I'm not necessarily one that looks real hard at emissions or anything like that. I'm not a big like avid trying to think of the words here. I'm trying to
Environmentalist.
Yeah, I'm not a big environmentalist. Like, I don't really have a big opinion on all that, but I do understand that if there are ways that we can cut down on the amount of harmful gases that are in the exhaust without causing
Catastrophic failures.
not even catastrophic failure, but just
Negatively
negatively affecting the
reliability.
reliability of the vehicle. And I think at first, like this stuff, the smog pump, so that, the catalytic converter, those all work really well because we didn't introduce the next part I wanted to talk about until a lot later on, which is the fact that they started regulating the car companies to not only put these systems on the cars, they had to put a secondary system on the car to monitor the emissions, to make sure that the system was operating correctly. And if it was not operating correctly, it set a check engine light or some kind of warning indicator. Or nowadays, what they do is they you pull your engine back. They literally, I mean, we see it all the time with diesel trucks that they derate the engine because of a temperature sensor don't work. Exhaust gas temperature sensor does not work. $17 sensor, and we're going to stop the whole damn truck. We're going to put it in a forced idle because of that.
Now, some of these older heads out here may have the answer to this. Was there any kind of argument that cars ran better and lasted longer on leaded gas, or is our gas that we use now more better and more efficient?
No, unleaded gas sucks.
Oh, I remember my grandpa telling me where he had to the gas they would pour back in this. It was like in a can, like a soup can, and you had to like add additives to it and stuff to run.
Yeah,
I mean, that's real similar to what they did to diesel fuel when they started going to this ultra low sulfur diesel fuel, because that's a lot of the problems we see today with the CP4, and then even some of these older ones like 7.3s and all, they were built back then for a different type of diesel.
This is live, Admin.
Yeah.
Admin said, "Is this live?" Hell yeah, brother, this is live. Oh man, so we don't know exactly when it was that they swapped from, what'd you say? They said 70s and 80s, and when did they do the ultra low sulfur diesel? Somewhere probably around.
They went to like a low sulfur, probably in the 90s. The ultra low sulfur was they had to get to 15 parts per million by 2006.
Okay. Just I don't really know about leaded versus unleaded. I'm assuming that probably
There's a couple down here that say David says leaded gas does not require hardened valve seats in the head, and then Jeremy also says better valve seating.
hell yeah.
So
Got some thinkers out here, huh?
yes, Ty's got me confused when he's swapping between three channels coming on.
Half our 55 viewers is Ty. Oh man, no. So I mean, thinking about some more systems. So we got catalytic converters we come out with, right, and then we come out with smog pumps, and then we eventually come around and figured out that hey, we can make the damn computer. Run tests on this periodically to make sure these things are operating correctly. And if they don't, then we're gonna, like I said, derate, check engine light, something like that. Moving on, what other kind of emission systems did we come up with? Big one I can think of that was real big in the 90s. Started coming around was EGR valves. Yeah. EGR, exhaust gas recirculation.
I was so
you
glad
look
when those
puzzled.
went
I know I've heard y'all talk, but I don't know what it does.
Okay, well, think about it. It's just literally just recirculating exhaust gases into the intake. So, all right, so.
Why would you do that?
Well, that's
piston. Okay.
You got me excited. Piston goes up, it goes boom, right? Down, that's your power. When it comes up, that's an exhaust. It's pushing all the air out of the top of the valve. All right, so that air that's coming out, what is it? The exhaust gases. Like we said, it's not oxygen anymore. It's burned up fuel. It's stuff that
smog.
Right. It's stuff that we necessarily don't want.
Right.
So what they do is they pump that back around into the intake, and they shoot it back into the intake. So we're putting
dirty air,
burnt, dirty air that can't be burned. So, you know, we got a cylinder that's this big. You can put this much air out of the intake and then this much out of the exhaust. And basically, it just allows you to refilter it back through your same process.
Doesn't sound very healthy for a motor.
It's not. It's not at all. Matter of fact, diesels are extremely, extremely bad about carbon buildup because, I mean, the exhaust gas on a diesel is so hot, man. You're talking about 12, 13, 1400 degrees. So that's why we run it through a cooler first.
Cooler.
Still a bigger ordeal. You know, now we got a cooler
A ginormous.
that we got to
cooler.
run water through. Like, it just gets extremely overcomplicated. And I just don't buy that it needs to be.
Yeah, you should see the size difference between an EGR cooler on a diesel engine and a gas engine.
Is there anything we can?
They pulling him on in.
Is there anything we can Google or Chat GPT to see like what they call it, the point of diminishing returns? So in the 90s or whatever, like you said, you had there was this pre-def, so you didn't have def,
No.
but you had EGR starting to come out, right? You had, I'm sure,
For gas engines.
okay,
Gas engines.
not diesel.
2003.
Okay. Well, anyway, what's the point of all these emission controls versus what it's putting out? You know, where's how much more they keep putting in there, and the
Yeah, I get
return
what
of
you're
it is
saying.
not as clean.
I know what you're saying. So, like, how...
When did
For
they become
doing-
too advanced for their own good?
Right, and doing all this extra shit, how much emissions did we actually save? So what you need to do is you need to put it in I don't know what they use, but I mean I know that these engines and shit have to go through emissions testing with the government. I just don't know what the scale they use is.
Yeah, I'm not.
I don't know. Is any of you guys that are like inspection states? What do they do? Just hook a hose up to your exhaust and run it through a machine or something and tell you what?
Hey, you
Elements are
pull
in
some
it.
stuff off you wasn't supposed to.
Dude, if they ever bring inspections here, man, we are gonna be the like, if you need your shit did, and you got all kind of issues,
You better be easy.
what?
What? You know what?
What happened? I'm talking.
Won't you just stop talking?
All right,
Yeah,
whatever.
won't you just skip
quit.
past that?
I'll quit.
Won't you skip
quit.
past that?
I thought these people were our friends. You telling me we got feds in here?
There's some psyops.
Got
out here.
narcs in here?
We got. I believe we have a couple spies. I got
Maybe.
and I got a few suspects on my list written down. All right. So, what was the next phase?
EGR. Other than EGR, a couple of other emission systems we started doing. One that was actually fairly smart. This is going to be the only good one I think I can say, and that was the evaporative emission system. So before in the past, what we would do is like a fuel tank. I mean, for instance, if this was full of gas and we shook it up, it's going to pressure, right? So we have to have a way to vent a gas tank. That's common knowledge, right? You boat motor, you got to have a way to vent the gas. All right. Venting the fumes off of gasoline right off in the atmosphere it's bad. It's not near as bad as what's coming out of your tailpipe, but it is bad. So what they did is they hooked up a hose to the intake and run that through a series of valves where it can basically suck the fumes out of the tank when it needs to keep it, not pressurized. Fairly smart. So that one. PCV system, we used to just vent that shit off too, which that's the positive crankcase ventilation system. When your piston goes up, bang, sometimes a little bit of the gases can escape around the piston. We also build gases up from the moving parts inside of a enclosed crankcase. So that pressure has to have a way to get out. It will find a way out if it doesn't have one. But instead of venting that off into the atmosphere, now we run it back in the intake, which is not the greatest thing because, it just does put a good bit of oil back into your intake on your valves and that kind of thing. But probably an improvement over the old school just filter on the valve cover and let it breathe.
Yeah. I want to say this about the NOx emissions on diesels. In 2004, this is what they went to, 2.0.
2.0.
Yeah, and then look what we're at now.
Can you highlight it? Like just scrub
This
your
is
finger up.
2004,
Okay, there you go.
Wow.
and already now we've already dropped.
So that's what they're claiming.
Yeah,
is how much less?
0.02 in 2027 instead of 2.0.
I mean, that's a
0.050
significant reduction in NOx.
Right.
That's what DEF would do for you.
Yeah.
I hate that stuff, man. I hate it. God, I hate it.
So we'll jump straight into it. That was introduced in what?
I don't know. Do we have anything?
08?
Well, do we have anything else that they've used before DEF? So, I mean, is there any other emission systems on gas engines that we have right now?
Start, stop, all that good junk. What do you call it?
City.
DOD and all that kind of crap.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they did all that dumb
I guess
stuff.
they did do that.
I guess
really
you could kind of classify that as emissions because it's only running on half the cylinders and have less emissions.
Yeah, that was terrible. And that you can literally thank who would that be for that? Well, who put that tax credit in?
Mike Schumer.
You know what I'm talking about? The tax credit they had for the auto start stop and the cylinder deactivation.
I don't remember who
shit.
did it.
I want to say it was Obama.
It probably.
I want to say it was some of the same shit that rolled off of that all the emission stuff that come out in 08.
Yeah,
but I don't want to be held to that. But I mean, GM done it first, right? Cylinder
In 07?
deactivation in 07.
Yeah, after
one of
the
the
government
dumbest things
bail
I've
out.
ever seen. Oh, which one? They had a few of them, Jake.
And that was the big one.
Yeah, Ford's about the only brand out there you can say that wasn't built with the government's money. So
There's only two. Only two American car brands that never went bankrupt. Like that.
Just built with Epstein money. So.
yeah, one of them probably Lincoln.
No, Ford, Ford and Tesla.
Oh, Tesla don't count, man. They ain't had to go through no economic hardships yet. I guess you could call COVID an economic hardship. But,
I think he did pretty good during all that time.
yeah, most people do.
Well, I didn't. I didn't have a fun time.
You didn't have fun.
2020 was not chill.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Cylinder deactivation. Then we had auto start stop that came out. So auto start stop just adds a good bit more components. It's actually not super in depth how it works. So we really don't have.
Also, you had hybrids come out in the early 2000s.
Yeah.
I don't know if that. I mean, that's probably not a government thing, but that was people trying to be more efficient.
They're giving
Yeah.
credits. That's what I'm
Well, there you
saying. They're
go.
giving credits, and it's tax credits. It's stuff that you don't see on the front end. It's stuff that they see on the back end whenever they file taxes at the end of the year.
Yeah.
That and a lot of them are trying to meet emissions requirements across their whole brand. And more hybrids, more electric vehicles they can do, they can bring down the average for their vehicles.
It's just like the what was it, China that had the regulation that they gave you a big tax break or something if you
Had an engine
under 1.5 or less, I think.
Yep.
And Ford had a 1.6.
So that's how he got the 1.5.
Guess what? Come out a couple years later, 1.5. So I mean, everybody does stuff like that. I guess try to meet the demands of the government and what they want. And, we're supposed to be the ones electing our government to tell these people what they want. And I just feel like our government really, or not very many people, clearly they don't represent Mason. They don't represent what I want, right?
What do you want?
What do I want? I want deregulation, brother. I want them to deregulate.
To an extent.
Actually, I take that back. I don't want them to deregulate. I want them to overregulate. I want more of that stuff.
And we'll draw the line in the sand right there.
Yeah.
Everybody can put your own conclusions to that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, moving on into, I got a couple more that I can think of. So I think that's pretty much it for gas engines. I can't think of anything else that they've added or put onto the vehicles as far as emissions equipment. Diesel engines, though, starting in 2008, almost said 7. 2008, we introduced what they call a diesel particulate filter.
DPF.
Now, DPF, yep. That's the same exact thing that's on your newer trucks. The only difference in what the original one was and what we have today is that in 08, we used diesel fuel to do what they call a regen. If you own a diesel, I'm sure you've heard the word regen. Regenerate means just means to clean the filter out, basically. So what they would do is they would spray on the 6.4s. This is kind of wild. They would spray the number 8 injector in the hole on the exhaust stroke, right? So exhaust stroke, it shoot fuel. You know what happens when you shoot fuel into a cylinder that is, like I said, EGT is 1,500 degrees. Go boom. That's why number 8's a real common one to tear up on the 6.4. They started out doing it with diesel, and then they somehow stumbled in 2010, 2011, when they really rolled it out, 2011. They stumbled into something called goat piss.
Okay.
Goat piss. Have I ever told you about this
You have
before?
to elaborate.
Have I ever told you about
no,
this?
I've never heard this phrase.
DEF. Diesel exhaust fluid. You know what majority content is? Urea. What is urea? I swear to God, it's piss cold. I'm not joking. I'm not on here messing with you this morning. It's legit piss. No, it's had some scientific stuff done to it, but they literally gather piss from damn goats, is what I've been told. That's what our instructor in school told us. It was mostly from goats. So they just go around with buckets up under goats, I guess, just catching piss.
You know, I blacked out there because all I could think of was you guys are gonna hate this, was beer fest. Drink the piss of a ram. You know what I'm talking about? So that's true. They drink the piss of a ram, and it makes them tough.
Well, we don't drink it. We pour it in our exhaust.
But then you breathe it in.
Yeah, I guess you do. Breathing in goat piss everywhere you go. Damn, cuz. Well, anyways, urea, DEF, whatever you want to call it, that came out in 2011, and it really started helping us regen these things better, I think. Got a little more complex with how it works because now we got a whole separate tank. We got a whole separate pump. Not only do we have a pump, we got a damn heater because this shit does not like being cold. You go 25 below zero, this stuff will turn into an ice block. I guess piss is mostly water, so it freezes about the same temperature. But we have to have a heater. We have to have an injector. Just a lot of moving parts to make this system work. And like I said earlier, those fail-safe systems, the government requires these manufacturers to put them on. That's why whenever your sensor goes out, whenever your DEF pump goes out, your truck goes into, it pops up and says 50 miles until reduced idle. Yeah. Your shit's going to be idling in 50 miles. Not because the truck
is going to get hurt
problem,
or anything.
because that's how the system's designed, unless you want us to undesign it.
Because at that point, it won't meet emission standards without DEF. And they can't have that on the road.
So you like DEF?
I mean, it depends what
I
aspect
like it as far as manufacturers are putting it on vehicles.
I mean, it brings in a lot of work. The systems tear
it brings
up
in a lot of work. They tear up.
So as a mechanic, you like them just because they break?
Yeah, that's why I changed my opinion.
Political stance.
Yeah, that's why I was like,
you flipped it.
Well, I was just
quick.
like thinking, I was like, I really hate them. Yeah. I hate it. It's just
from a
not
consumer
a good thing.
standpoint.
But like from my standpoint, thinking about it, I mean, those systems help pay our bills every day. Because they're hard on everything else. That's what I explained. Jake's heard me. How many times do you think you've heard this analogy? So your engine, all it is it's just a big old air pump, right? See, that's a big old air pump, sucks air in, pushes air out, right? Yep. All right, well, if we put a big old restriction over here on the outlet side, what's going to happen?
Air build up in
the
pump.
You can't get air in if you can't get it out. You know what I'm saying? So you got to get a good, clear flow of exhaust out of the engine for this thing to work properly. I explain that shit like that to people all the time.
Okay.
It's one of my good analogies. Just a big old air pump. Now.
So your business aside, personal opinion is you wouldn't want DEF on a DEF system on your truck.
I wouldn't own one that had DEF on it. I don't care what your model it is.
Okay. But as a business standpoint, people bringing it in because it tears up all the time. That's like that video Monkey sent us, right? Mm-hmm. One of the Monkey, Mexicanic, Fluffy.
He had the injector. I guess he ain't never seen that. That's pretty common on the Fords, the injector stick on them. But I mean, it just provides so much extra stuff to do. And I mean, really and truthfully, it's not just the emissions. Anything that makes a vehicle more complex and harder to work on. Yes, you're going to see videos of us bitching about it, but at the end of the day, it's really better for us. Because the harder they make the vehicle to work on, the less shit you're going to be able to do at home, and the more you got to come see us for. And there's not, I say us like the dealer. We're not at the dealer, but there's not very many shops that are like I said, trying to specialize in the newer Ford stuff. I don't think not as independent shops. So I mean, I think the harder they get to work on, the better it'll be for technicians.
I saw a lot of comments asking about wanting you to talk about the S650 carbon traps on Fords.
Oh, and the Mustangs.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what they really, what their sole purpose is, honestly. But we got some right there. They're
Go grab
they're
one.
right in the intake tube.
I remember seeing. I want to see what they look like. I remember talking about them a while back. But I don't
Cut them open.
Carbon traps.
Dalton's
It's not very often we get props on this show, guys. But we're gonna have something to show you. Oh, I got on deck. I told you this
Most
is the
used tool.
most used tool, and I need a new one because that one's.
See if we can get I don't know. Can with that screwdriver. Yours is broke.
Sticking it sideways.
Admin, what part of the world you live in, bud? He said nobody would touch a new diesel where he's at. Got to find out where he's at. Tell him to bring his business down here.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I mean, I think as time goes on, more and more people are going to learn that. I mean, damn, new vehicles where it's at, man.
You ain't gonna be able to get that
I
thing.
already turned it 2 or 3 times.
Here we go. He's gonna bust his chin open.
Oh, there it is. You want to show him, Jake? What camera are we on?
We'll put on yours.
Yeah.
That's a funky looking thing in there.
Mm-hmm.
So people are removing those, right?
Yeah.
No, it don't have anything monitoring any of it, so it can't.
No, it has no way of knowing.
Big dog finally made it.
Yeah.
It just looks like plastic.
Yeah, they're always trying to change stuff up and add stuff.
It really
see
don't.
what it works.
It really don't make sense how like a catalytic converter or that shit works. I don't understand how you can pass something through. Like I don't care what kind of metal it is. You push the air through the metal. I don't understand how it's like removing a chemical out of it that you don't want. You, Jake, you're smarter than me.
No.
How does it do it?
Here comes
Magic.
Dalton. Give us a conspiracy.
Oh, no.
It says Coastal North Carolina. Admins from Coastal North Carolina. Says he's got to make a 4.5 hour drive to get to a good. Come down to Flomaton, Alabama.
Is Benny?
Come down here and go to the beach.
Yeah. I mean, he's just going to invest in that wedge trailer like we've been talking about.
Yeah.
We just see so many people wanting to come from out of town. I try to talk most of y'all into shipping them to us, but
It's difficult.
we go buy us a 4-car trailer. We'll just get a route, baby.
Yeah.
We touring the country. We'll come to your damn door.
Scoop it up.
Scoop it up.
We'll
bring
send
it down.
Steve up there.
Oh, that's 100% who's driving.
He'll be mad up there.
Yeah, it's better than being mad down here.
Yeah, that is a fact.
Yeah, this is this is a chart so you can see the different standards across the years of different things. Like,
What is CO, carbon monoxide?
I don't know.
I
think
failed
that's
chemistry.
hydrocarbons,
Hydrocarbons.
NOx.
So
Yeah.
I'm guessing NOx is nitrous oxide.
It's the nasty stuff. So look what we jumped. What was that jump? Went from 4 in 1994 to
That's in 98, had 4. And then by 2007, it was at 0.2.
Jesus.
yeah. So I mean,
But that's at the expense of also degrading the longevity of your equipment on your vehicle.
yeah, which I feel like is the big issue that I have with the emission system is I mean, like I said, I know it's good for us that they put them on there because it really creates more work for us. But the fact that they make all of this shit a standard thing, you have to have this equipment on your vehicle to operate it, right?
Yeah.
The government don't pay my damn bills. They don't pay my repair bill at the mechanic shop.
Yeah.
That's why I truly believe that it should be your right, especially if a vehicle is out of factory warranty. Like the cost of repairing the vehicle is solely 100% on you. the government should not be able to tell me what I can and can't do with my vehicle because it's going to cost you a lot of money. Like I'm telling you, it's going to tear more things up by keeping it on the damn vehicle, but they say it's illegal to take them off, right? It's illegal to tamper with that stuff.
Well, if they rebated you.
What do you mean they rebated you?
So, like, what if somebody came into office and was like, listen, you have to keep this stuff on your vehicle, but, up to the date of purchase from 10 years, we rebate you your mechanic bill for the equipment failures.
I just don't think they'd ever do that.
I'm just saying, hypothetically.
Well, yeah, hypothetically, that'd be great.
You would think that's a good idea?
No, I wouldn't.
Okay.
Because I know the process of having to damn deal with the government to get my money. They don't like to pay. It takes too long. There's too many hoops to jump through. Screw that. Yeah. I just want I want Peter to pay Paul, and I'm going to pay the rest of these guys around here. Damn it.
Yeah.
If the government's involved, it'll be 6 months before I get my money, every time.
They keep going up on what these manufacturers have to warranty emissions for, too.
Yeah.
Emissions
Boy,
equipment.
you know they up in there damn scratching their heads sometimes trying to figure out, which they probably already got 2027 worked out because they're usually like 5 or 6 years ahead.
At least. Yeah.
Maybe even 9 or 10 years. They've already got the damn vehicle. The 2032 model, it's already got a prototype. They're already testing that shit at Ford. That's how far ahead they are on this stuff. Forgot where I was going with that. Anyways, the emissions, I just imagine these guys sitting around trying to how in the hell are we going to hit these target numbers, right? Because it's not just about hitting those numbers, it's about hitting those numbers and still having a damn vehicle that you can sell at a reasonable price. Because, if you spend $30,000 per vehicle trying to put emissions equipment on them, they're going to be really, really expensive.
That's why these smaller turbocharged engines are becoming more and more popular.
That's the only reason.
Yeah.
That's the only reason because they
It's
can
the
have
only reason we have an
small
EcoBoost F-150.
Exactly. They can have a small displacement, which makes really, really good emissions, right? But then we have a turbo to compensate for having that small displacement.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Do you really?
Yeah.
But
yeah.
All they're really doing is adding a lot more stuff to them to make them, they're going to be more unreliable just because there's more to break.
Yep, go naturally aspirated.
Yep.
I wonder how long before, Ford either takes, the government comes down to somebody like Ford, and or Ford decides to voluntarily just take a big old paycheck and we're getting rid of the yoke, we're cutting it out. Mm-hmm. We're getting a lot of money to make it smaller. We're just going to cut out our naturally aspirated yoke. I don't feel like that we're in a too far of a gap where that's the possibility.
People been trying. Dodge just tried. They said, we're going to get rid of the Hemi. And
They did
what
for a year.
What happened?
And nobody bought their junk.
Nobody bought their shit. So we're coming back out with the Hemi. You know what I mean? GM's did it with some stuff. And I think that a lot of people have seen. I understand where they're trying to go with it, but I'm just telling you.
I think there's just such a dedicated base.
We're
just not
there
going to go
yet.
forward.
We're not there yet.
Yeah.
We are not to the point where we're wanting electric cars and hybrid cars and shit. Yeah. Screw that. Give me a V8 that goes, it makes loud noises, right? And don't tear up all the time.
Yeah.
That's what I want. That's me.
As a
consumer. As a consumer.
As a mechanic, you want every piece of emissions on a
I want them to
truck.
build spaceships at Ford Motor Company, brother.
They
I want them to
pretty much
build the hardest shit in the world to work on.
Yeah, they've been doing that.
Yeah,
here lately.
they've been getting it. That's for damn sure.
So you're not. So, what's the next phase of emissions? What are they cooking up now to even make the number lower?
That's what I was That's what I was talking about a while ago.
Yeah.
Is how there's somewhere right now. There's some guys
In
some
Detroit
ladies sitting around the table, and they are like, "How in the fuck are we gonna meet?" There's just no. I don't see how you can do it without just extremely doing a lot more exhaust gas recirculation. I'm just telling you, things like that, they tear your shit up, brother. They tear it up.
I think there's also byproducts though that come with, you are bringing the parts per million down of nitrous oxide, sure, but now you have 3 million tons of plastic from Def Jug laying around.
Yeah, it's just like the argument with electric vehicles everybody makes.
The batteries.
They're like,
Trying to
okay, you know,
mine for lithium.
I can use this tank of gasoline, or you can go to the charger and get your electric charge. But where did it come from? You know, power had to be produced somewhere. You see any damn windmills around here?
No, but solar farms are going
You see solar farms.
crazies, dude. I'm sick of them.
I think those are
It's a scam for sure. They're getting a big old, what'd you say, rebate? The government?
The government is subsidizing it. I think some of that might even be still left over from the last
Administration?
Because I just don't see
A
that
few.
as being something. Because, dude, some of the shit, I mean, these son of guns around here took prime farmland. Been growing peanuts and corn and all kind of stuff for 30, 40 years.
Out there in Canoe, it's huge.
Yeah, there.
McDavid.
Walnut Hill,
Century.
McDavid,
Yeah,
Century.
McDavid.
You go down to Milton, Pace, Pensacola, they popping up everywhere. And a lot of the time, it's where people had farm, which is, I understand. You know, you go look at the math and you're like, this makes more sense because I ain't got to water it. I ain't got a damn fee. And I'm going to get a rebate at the end of the year, however that portion works. But I think it's just sad to see that, I mean, like I said, they're not going to make any more farmland. You're not going to make any more places to do things like that. I just think it's sad to see that a lot of that is going away for something that I don't even think is going to be worth it long term.
Well, you're talking about the farmland over here, but like in McDavid and Pensacola, they're not doing farmland. They're deforesting. So they're knocking down 500 acres of. So you want to talk about environmental impact. What about all of the wildlife species? What about all the plants and trees that grow there that you've just now eliminated? Which goes into, this is something I'm really hot about right now, and I hate to pull environmentalist.
If y'all don't know, Colton is a little more liberal than the rest of it. I guess I would say it would probably go Colton, then me, then probably Jake. Jake's probably the most conservative out of the three of us, I would think.
Probably.
Yeah.
I've heard him say some radical things. But no, this is something I am hot about, and I think it is a problem. So in the Mobile Bay, have you seen what they're doing with the dredge mud? Okay, so we have all, Mobile's big shipping. And it's probably second maybe to New Orleans around us to shipping.
Yeah.
Mobile
They're huge. I mean, they're not nothing like New Orleans, but Mobile's huge for sure.
Yeah, it's got to be second to them probably. Has to be. Well, what they're doing is apparently mud has built up through the shipping lanes through the Mobile and the river right there.
Yeah.
I think the big Tensol, whatever, comes in downtown.
Probably from all them damn boats coming through with their big old propellers.
Well, this is what they're doing now. The Army Corps of Engineers, with all their wisdom, have decided to hook, 10 miles of pipe up, and they have a dredge boat that's sucking out the mud and dumping it in the Mobile Bay. Okay, so what is that doing? Then this is a huge deal with people like local fisheries, oysters. So they're dumping hundreds of thousands of gallons of mud over all the wild oyster beds, shrimp, and you hear these people talk, like the locals down there, fishing charters can't make a living. You can't go get oysters because they're buried under 8 feet of fucking mud. Like you can't go. They're killing the grass. They're killing everything that's dumping on, and it's like, listen. I'm not a big environmentalist, but I do think we should be good stewards to the planet. I do think that doing stuff like that to the wildlife and local.
I think pretty much anyone can
terrible.
agree with that.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. You're trying to call me some kind of libtard. I'm saying that is systemically bad for the environment.
There's a difference between me and you because I'm sitting here. I would, I say I don't like that, but you'll get your sign and you'll be out on the damn street in Mobile protest.
Be at the causeway. Went and got me some R&R. And then I don't know if you've seen like this. I've watched a couple documentaries about the shrimping industry around here.
Really?
It's to compete because we import all these inbred Indonesian shrimp. Like when you go to the grocery store, it's hard to find Gulf shrimp anymore because they have to make the prices so low. Where 20 years ago, shrimp was probably $2-3 a pound. Now it's 60 cents a pound because we bring in 18 million pounds of Indonesian inbred disease shrimp, and it's killing. You can't go out and where people have had fishing or shrimping charters or shrimping businesses for 50, 60 years, can't make a living doing it no more.
That's unfortunate.
So yeah, I get riled up about waterways. Don't talk about waterways and environmental issues. I'll be getting mad. Oh my God. Now everybody's calling me a libtard. Whatever.
So,
Crap out here. Yeah.
find anything else interesting, Jake?
I tell you what though. I tell you where I wouldn't drink out of, the LA River. You ever seen pictures of the you know what the LA River is?
The tunnel or the like the damn the
giant
drainage
ditch.
ditch. Yeah. I remember that from Point Break.
Nuclear shrimp, yeah. Get the lofty crap out of here, Coco.
Nothing else. Nothing else.
I think
real
you meant
interesting?
lefty, whatever.
No, not really.
I bet Vince is on my side with some of this fishing crap.
Yeah.
The waterway crap.
Yeah.
You should be. Everybody should be good stewards to the planet.
I don't know. I guess that is wild though. I mean, that was their solution. Let's just pump the mud from right here over yonder.
Yes. Yeah. I don't know who. And these are the Army Corps of Engineers. These are the bright brains leading us into the next generation.
Jesus.
Oh.
See,
Big Dog said, "Did you see the imported shrimp from Walmart was recalled for being radioactive?"
I did see that.
You seen that?
Yeah.
I do love Los Angeles, California. California is the most beautiful state in the 50 states of the Union. Period. You can't argue with me. If you've never seen California, it is the most beautiful state in the Union. I'm not saying Los Angeles particular because, I mean, it's pretty nasty, but,
Yeah.
I mean,
Just don't look at
I mean,
the streaks and
over
homes.
like Montana or
Alaska.
Alaska's got. I mean,
no.
you're crazy.
What?
You're crazy.
You can in California, you can see the desert, the Pacific Ocean, cliffs. I mean, name anything you want to see.
You can see cliffs, Jake. You can see cliffs.
Monkey Elvis is on my side, and I don't know what lofty means. What does
At-
lofty mean? He said, and I said and I said, you meant left. He said, no, I meant lofty. What does lofty mean? Is it?
No clue.
I'm
Not
sick of
sure,
these
brother.
abbreviations.
Not sure. Admin's on your side too.
Thank you. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
I've seen Montana. I've been to Montana. I've lived in Montana. I've been to Yellowstone. I've seen it all, bud. I've drove from this end of the country to New York City to Montana to California. I'm a traveler.
Until I went to Vegas a couple years ago. That was the first time I'd really been.
I
out
love
that
the
far.
desert.
Texas is about the furthest I'd ever been.
Yeah, I love West
Oh
Texas.
yeah, we went in
The desert.
July too, and people talk. You know, we always talk that shit about it being humid down here, and you know, it's hot out there, but it ain't like it is here. Shit.
Yeah, that's what I think of too, Matt.
Let me look at lofty. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I was gonna read it out loud.
Yeah. See,
You know what it
Talking to-
means?
Heroin needles, yes.
Lofty.
Oh man. Why did I go to Vegas? Austin Arrington says. Bachelor party. Bachelor party. It's a fun time. It's a very fun time.
so going back to the emissions, this is something I found. Said the new standards are trying to focus on reducing NOx emissions at low exhaust temperatures. That they're expected to require improved NOx reduction technologies such as closed-coupled SCR systems, in addition to the main catalyst.
Does California still have that thing in place for to get
Talking
rid
about
of
the
diesels?
small engines?
Well, I thought they had outlawed diesels by like 2030 or 2035 or something like that.
There's no dealing with California.
All right, if this is
That
not
place
be,
is own world.
if this is not meant to be mean, this is true. Lofty, what I found is
Yeah.
noble,
Noble?
superior.
Yeah.
I can't even try to say that word. I messed up. I don't know what it still. I have no clue what it means after googling it.
Yeah.
No clue. Whatever. Only in LA.
I think it's a disservice
Can
to
I
the
say
American
hydrogen?
people.
No.
I think it is a huge disservice to the American people not to be able to buy a 2-stroke weed eater in the state of California. 4-stroke weed eater?
From the Cedar Rapids.
I don't know that you can even buy a gas weed eater, period, anymore.
Battery powered weed eaters
Yeah.
only.
And not because of emissions, but I won't buy another gas weed eater. Hell with them things.
Leroy don't like that D-Wall. He said it's too heavy.
You're crazy. I'd rather buy 18 batteries I have to replace every year than versus.
Pull up a picture of that new Cummins SCR before we get off here.
I got it pulled up.
Cummins SCR.
Was it like a 26?
Yeah, something like that. Just type in new Cummins SCR. I seen a picture. I seen a video of it the other day. It's ginormous, dude. It does like so it's two pieces, so it has a 180-degree bend.
You guys
right
got
down
Ty
the side.
fired up.
Yep.
You guys can buy a steel weeder. Yeah, you can. Who wants one?
You can't.
Damn a 2-stroke.
You can't get weed eaters in Florida. Can't get 2-stroke weed eaters in Florida.
You can?
I mean, I would assume.
That's what I'm saying. You said you couldn't. You don't
I
think you
said in the
could.
state of California.
California.
Oh, I don't know.
No, they've outlawed everything 2-stroke in the state of California years ago. Like this is not a thing.
Even dirt bikes?
I don't know about dirt bikes, but
Yeah.
I know like weed eaters and stuff like that are.
I mean, because California was like the big motocross scene.
Yeah, I mean,
Supercross.
They might. I want one of those electric dirt bikes.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
don't see
that's cool.
I don't see the one you were talking about.
Damn, I missed
I'll
that.
find it.
What else we got before we get out of here?
Oh man, I don't know. We've been ranting for a while. It's a pretty good topic today, guys.
Yep.
Got everybody fired up on every
Emissions,
direction.
baby, emissions.
Well, all we're doing is evoking conversation.
Just starting the conversation.
That's it. That's all we're doing. No need to get riled up. We all do have difference of opinions. Jake wants to poison the water we drink. I don't think it's a
didn't
good
say
idea. Mason, I don't know. Mason is wherever this is at.
Yeah, I follow the money.
If this means
Or whoever's talking to him.
if this means going and chipping off icebergs off the Antarctica to make it work, do it.
Yeah, that's what we're gonna do.
Yeah.
Do you have anything interesting today for us, Jake? Car wise, do you find us something?
I think so. Let me get it pulled up.
Let's see here. Hillbilly Man 99.73. Only emission they had evap hose to the turbo inlet instead of vent power to the air.
Yeah, that's basically crankcase ventilation, PCV. Damn! What is that?
I'm about to go
Thunderbird.
berserk.
A thunder chicken?
Yeah. I mean, look at
Oh
it.
my god!
I mean,
It's
I mean,
kind
their,
of.
their picture taking
I give.
skills.
I was about to
tough.
say I give him a 1 out of 10 on pick. Oh my god!
No,
what?
he has framing issues, not me.
Oh, it did. It is sold now.
Just click on it.
Yeah. I mean, look at that thing, though.
Damn. Thing's clean, dude.
Dalton freaking out down there looking at this thing.
Wow.
I'm sure
Wow.
that's a race car there, boy.
That is
Yeah.
definitely.
I mean, look what it has in it.
554 big block. Hell, you with an 871 blower and dual Hollies?
What do you think those emissions are?
Not good. I do know one thing though. Whenever you get to the point where you need 2 carburetors instead of 1, that's too much, brother. That's way too much going on.
That's too much power.
Yeah, it's too much.
Yeah.
Get a turbo. Get rid of that shit.
Let's see here.
There's something about those old blowers.
Root style blowers. Yeah.
Anybody got any topics for you? What we got tomorrow? You got something off the top of your head?
I don't know. I'm gonna try to come up with something else. It's tomorrow, Thursday. So
You guys want some more nerd talk?
Yeah, I think we've been doing.
There's a
little
couple
better with
people
the
in here
nerd
that said
talk.
that this stuff putting them to sleep. All this nerd talk.
I don't think so. I don't think he
Matt
said
specifically said
that. Matt says mean stuff all the time.
this live put me near damn to bed. I don't know.
I'm just come off a night shift, Matt.
J Ram. He's on that night shift.
Yeah.
J Ram stay quiet today. I don't know what he's thinking. He's probably got some good thoughts.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna reach out to Jason Scott and the High Horse and see if I can get them on the show.
Yeah. Try it.
He has that song. He says his old 650. I wonder if he's talking about a truck. 138 was all she'd give me. Do you think a 650 can do 138 miles an hour?
I don't know about that one.
That's 650.
Huh? That's sick. Oh, you're.
Yeah.
I bet your car does more than 130 miles an hour.
It's been faster than 138.
allegedly, in Mexico. Not on tape.
On a
Even though
racetrack.
TikTok will not let that video go through. I'm sure you've noticed that, right?
Yeah, I seen it. Yeah, they giving us
I'm
strikes.
sick of TikTok.
TikTok
I'm sick
sucks.
of it. I'm
TikTok.
done with it. I ain't going live on there. If you want to go live, get him to hold the phone. I'm done with TikTok. The only thing I'm doing is posting. I ain't even looking at it. I don't care what it says, how it does. I don't care about views or comments on TikTok. I'm done with it. Communist.
Man.
All right.
Well, that's probably gonna wrap us up for today. I think we had a pretty good show. I appreciate y'all guys hanging out with us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they're going to come back tomorrow with some more nerd stuff.
Yeah.
That way Friday we can go full football.
Full
freaks.
football. Full
Go ahead and get our games picked out.
Reigning champ will be here Friday morning.
Who did lose this week? Who was the lowest one? Schoolboy or Matt or me? Couldn't have been me. Ain't no way it's me.
It might have been you. Let's see. Me and Mason tied, but he picked tiebreaker last. So, let's see what we got.
I want to communicate with Ty and get him to make my picks.
Yeah.
Well,
Insider.
that's cheating.
Insider. It's got to be Matt or Schoolboy. Don't say me. If it's me, just
I think he got
Take the black.
6. I think Matt had.
I know Matt of all the ones I had wrong.
Matt had 6. I think it was you.
Damn it. Is there any furries in the chat? Yeah, I experiment with furries.
Furries.
I've dabbled.
Dabbled.
Get a couple wine coolers in me.
You
Dressed up
had 3.
That's tough. All right, guys. So that's going to wrap us up. We'll be back right here tomorrow morning, 8 a.m. live. Come hang out with us.
Central.
8 a.m. Central.
Check out our website, flyingriches.com. We have T-shirts, parts, I don't know what, hats, shirts.
We got all kinds
coolers,
of stuff. We got
DCRs.
DCRs,
Yep.
disaster kits. Help them diesels run
PPE
better.
pants.
PPE pans. We got all kinds of stuff. All right. We'll see y'all guys tomorrow.
Peace out.